run for president in the 2012 election. But he is currently married to wife number 3. Now, do you think that the divorces are going to hurt his campaign? I mean, people were kind of upset.
Well, he has been. Will be his 3rd marriage, so she would be the 3rd lady if he gets it. But I was reading about him.
That was a great joke. That was a great one.
But I was reading about. That's all right. Don't clap. No. It's not necessary.
If you didn't get it first time.
Either laugh or just forget it.
Okay.
I'll do both. But anyway, when he left his 2nd wife, she was suffering from uterine cancer, and she was in the hospital, and that's when he went to tell her he wanted a divorce. I think that will hurt him more than the fact that it's how you end the marriage.
No. I am surprised by so little in Washington, D.C., but even when I see comments that Gingrich has been making lately, I just gasp, going, what? It's a guy who's leading in a lot of presidential preference polls across the country. Had this to say, this would be like putting a Nazi sign next to the Holocaust Museum. I don't know where to begin. To suggest that someone trying to build a tolerant center for moderate Muslims in New York is the equivalent of killing 6 million Jews is stunning to me.
Well, I was happy to see that Newt Gingrich has staked out a position on the war. A position or 2 or maybe 3, I don't know. He may have more war positions than he's had wives.
Now, Newt Gingrich, he's called often, and this bothers me a lot, the intellectual of the conservative movement, this big idea man. I think we have to shoot this down. He's an idiot who has always been wrong about every single thing he's ever talked about.
Newt Gingrich's problems are so far beyond just his multiple marriages and all that. His ethanol love affair right now. On 7th of March, he said, let's go get Gaddafi. On the 23rd of March, he says, I never favored intervention. He did it on television.
On us.
Yes, exactly.
Feel the rainbow, Newt. Stop the hate. Stop anti-gay politics. It's dividing our country and it's not fixing our economy. Do it like a man. That was fun.
Where's your courage to stand for gay rights and for women's reproductive rights? Where's your courage? Where's your San Francisco, home of gay hero Harvey Milk? Where's your courage to stand for gay rights and reproductive rights?
Refuses to let the media distract him when it comes to real issues. He's confrontational, outspoken, and a very bold candidate. Unlike Bachmann, who uses catchy lines about how bad Obama is just to get applauses, you can tell that Gingrich is the anti-Obama.
What would you do about Libya?
Exercise a no-fly zone this evening. We don't need to have the United Nations. All we have to say is that we think that slaughtering your own citizens is unacceptable and that we're intervening. This is a moment to get rid of him. Do it. Get it over with. I would not have intervened. I think there were a lot of other ways to affect Gaddafi. I think there are a lot of allies in the region that we could have worked with. I would not have used America.
One-time greatest mind of the GOP has switched over to a new role on the campaign trail. Shit my dad says.
Now think about this. For 25 years we've lived a lie. We have judges who don't understand the Constitution. We have teachers who don't believe in American history. This is the most radical administration in American history. And if you want to put people in jail, I want to second what Michelle said. You ought to start with Barney Frank and Chris Dodd. You could set a principle that the purpose of schools is for people to learn. It would be bold, be out on the edge.
Too many explosive things to go through in a few minutes.
You just did the Paul Ryan is unforgivable. I didn't do anything to Paul Ryan. Yes, you did. You undercut him in the allies and. No, you're an embarrassment to our party. I'm sorry, Phil. Why don't you get out before you make a bigger fool of yourself?